This morning I was watching the senior volleyball and I was thinking about how, as I was laying in bed, my muscles kept saying, I don't want to do this today. But I love playing volleyball an hour every day, 4 to 5 days a week. If I listened to my muscles, I'd be missing out on all that fun and missing out on the exercise that my muscle needs. At about the age of 60, our loss of muscle mass accelerates. And so it's really important for us to start concentrating on keeping that muscle mass that we have. So today I'm going to talk about that, ways to explore how do we stop the loss of muscle mass, or how do we regain that muscle mass? And we're going to do it in an easy, no workout style. If you watch my earlier videos, you know that I dislike doing workouts. I have to work out in a way that is enjoyable, some sort of fun activity, or just everyday movements that I concentrate on. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. No workout techniques. Join me to see how we do that.
Uh-oh, I noticed as I'm editing this video that several times I moved in front of my microphone, so my voice gets a little bit muted here and there, so I want to apologize for that in advance. Senior moment.
Okay, here we are. So we're going to do just 3 or 4 simple movements that will help to strengthen our muscles. And some of these I covered in the video I did about balance. But the thing is they help with both balance and strength. So let's get started with some simple movements. So I want us to start a little bit with working on our calves. And our calf muscles here are very important in climbing stairs or even pushing ourselves up out of a chair. So let's start with working those. I want you to stand by a counter or use a chair. And I want you to start with just lifting your toes up in the air. Hold them up a little bit. And again, you can do this as you're working in the kitchen. Toes back down. Rise up on your toes like you're standing tall. And if the guys are not working in the kitchen, you can do this working in your shop. Toes up. Hold them. Toes down. Up onto your toes. And see how that works those calf muscles. Try this. Toes up, toes down, and up onto the calves. And down. See how that works those calf muscles. Even lifting your toes stretches those calf muscles. Toes up, toes down, and lift. Toes up, toes down, and rise up on those toes. And we talked about the rise and sit. I encouraged you to do that while you're watching TV. And that one will help you with your muscle strength in your core, and it'll help in the quads and those knee joints to help move you up out of that chair and to sit. Because as we all age, we know how difficult sometimes it gets to rise up from a chair once we've been sitting for a little while. So with that movement, I want you to just sit back gently, put your legs against the chair, sit back gently and sit down, and rise and sit, and rise and sit. And it's like I mentioned in the other video, do this when you're watching TV during the commercials. With all the commercials that the movies have these days, you can get a lot of practice in on that particular motion. And next, we're going to do some leg swings. And these should help to kind of oil up those hip joints. Good for the sciatica, and good for balance, and good for strength in our pelvic muscles. So I want you to stand there and hang on to the counter and just swing your leg forward, backwards, forward, backwards. Just relax and swing it. then do even slower and back in a little more controlled motion. Loosen it up with some swings. And then try it slower motion to help control that movement. You'll feel it right in here, kind of in the sciatica. If you have bad sciatica, you might want to check with your doctor about doing this. But you feel that in your quads and in your low back and in your glutes. I also talked a little bit about the counter push-ups, and I put a note in my bathroom to remind me every time I go in there, which is a number of times during the day. As we get older, I tend to make that trip a lot more often. But it is the push-ups off of the counter, up and down, pushing off the counter. Or if you prefer, if that's too much weight on your arms that way, you can do the push-ups off the wall also and get the same effect. You will feel that, especially with the counter push-ups, you'll especially feel it in your core. You'll build those up and you'll build up those arms. And you might be thinking, but Esther, you're nice and trim. You're already in shape, but I'm not. You're right, I'm nice and trim, but my muscle tone is terrible. These last couple of years since I've been in my 70s, I've lost a lot of muscle mass. And so that's why I'm doing this video, is challenging myself and being accountable to you as I encourage you to take this challenge with me, to get stronger as we're aging, not let our weak muscles keep us from doing the things that we enjoy in life. On my next video, I'm going to talk about why health experts rank walking as we're getting older as one of the #1 low impact forms of exercise that we can do as we get older. So watch for that video and subscribe to my channel to follow along the next chapter over 50, 60, and beyond, where I talk about all things over the age of 50. Let me know if you're following along by clicking that like button. I'd love to hear how you're doing with your strength exercises. Are you following any kind of a program? Do you walk? Do you do workouts? Let me know what you do to keep your body healthy. And let me know if you're following along on this challenge. And I'll see you on the next video.